I'm going to show you how to achieve this natural pink romantic day and night Valentine's Day makeup look. Hey y'all, my name is Alexis. If you are a returning subby, what's up fam? I'm so glad that you're back for another video. And if you are new here, welcome. Stay a little while. We would love to have you. Make sure you subscribe below if you enjoy this video. All right, let's get straight into the tutorial. Okay, y'all, so my face is already prepped and primed. That is one of the key staples to having a good foundation under your makeup, your skincare, and then also prep and priming your face. So I've already got that to go. So the first thing that I normally go in is the brows. Now I get my brows threaded and tinted. However, I still want to sculpt them. So I'm going to be going in with a concealer that is a couple shades lighter than my skin tone, just a little bit, not too much. If you want to do a heavier highlight, you can do that. But I'm just going to be using a concealer that is a tad bit lighter than my skin complexion just to sculpt the brows. I am looking down at my mirror, so that's why I'm looking down. And I like to just go in and sculpt. My brows are a little bit longer. However, I like to just shape them the way that I feel. So I tend to... Brows, I mean, you can really do whatever you like. Like if you want them to look shorter, you can do that. If you want them to look longer, you can do that. I kind of have long brows to begin with. I'm wanting to kind of keep that look, however, just slim them down a tad bit. So at the tip of my brow, I'm kind of just going inwards a little bit more diagonally. And then I like to keep the little bit of arch that I have on the brow. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side as well. I really like using a concealer that is moisturizing, but also a concealer that has a tip like this that makes it just easier to apply to your skin, quicker as well. And then once we kind of have it shaped out, I'm then just going to use the same concealer and go down on the eyelid, just so we can cover the eyelid with the same concealer shade. Okay, and then once we have that together, we're just going to blend that out. I'm using a concealer brush to blend out the concealer on the eyelid and under the brow. You want to make sure that you blend that out as best as possible. That way it looks seamless. Then you're just going to blend that out onto the top.
On this channel, we're all about embracing your own unique self, and Isopia lashes help to do just that by highlighting your beauty from their structured, beautifully heart-shaped packaging, being 100% vegan and cruelty-free, to their diverse range of lashes from ISO Gentle to ISO Tender to ISO Friendly to ISO Rich. You are bound to find your perfect match for your Valentine's Day plans or your active lifestyle in general. I love how lightweight and airy and wispy and flexible the lashes are. The Gentle Clip makes it so easy to apply. This is the quickest I have ever been able to apply my lashes because I apply beneath, which makes it a little bit harder to do. But the Gentle Clip truly helps me apply these lashes so quick, and the lashes just look absolutely amazing. You know I've got you covered, so make sure that you click on the link in the description box below where you can find your perfect set of lashes. Thanks again to Isopia for sponsoring this portion of the video.
So now we're just going to move into our foundation. So I'm going to be going in with a mid to full coverage foundation that gives a flawless look once finished. I just went in with 2 pumps, not using too much foundation. And then with a foundation brush, I am just going to buff that out on the skin. And you want to make sure you're going down to your neck area, and I even go into the ears. You just want everything to be the same color. I focus my foundation on the cheeks, the chin, under the nose, the jawline, and again the neck. Not too much under the eyes, like I'm still leaving a little bit of space here and here for concealer, but then going in with the foundation everywhere else, and then whatever is left on my brush is what I'll use to go on my forehead with. Okay, now once we blended out our foundation, we're gonna go in with a liquid blush. I like to use, particularly for this day, for Valentine's Day, I'm going in with like a rose a light pink rose peachy blush. And if you're using this blush, you do not need a lot, okay? Like one little dot. This is honestly probably too much in itself. But you're gonna go in with that. And then I do like to use a beauty blender to blend out the blush. So we're just going to make sure we're applying that blush on the tip top of our cheekbones. And then moving that up into our hairline and a little bit above the brows. That's where we're gonna focus on blending out this blush. And liquid blushes blend out usually very effortlessly, so it's really helpful for beginners or even if you're advanced just to get the job done. The only thing you just want to be careful about with liquid blush is making sure that you stay focused on the area in which you want the blush to be, because sometimes it can spread because it is a liquid. So you just want to monitor where that blush is not glowing, but you are glowing. Where that blush is going. And again, tip of the cheekbones and then a little bit into your hairline and then on top of the brows is where I am focusing that. Now whatever is left, I will put on my nose, the tip top of my nose, and then a little bit down on my chin as well. Once we're done with our liquid blush, we're gonna move into shaping our face with a little bit of contour. Because of my skin tone, I like to use a warmer brown contour. It's a solid contour, but it's a stick that will spread out. So we want to focus that contour a little bit above the cheekbone, so when we start blending it out, it doesn't go too low on our face. So I like to go right here on top. And then because of my face shape, I'm wanting to kind of cut a little bit of that square shape that goes back here. I'm just going to apply some of that contour right here under my ear down. You can go like this if you want more of a sharper look, but I'm just trying to kind of contour, sculpt my face to appear a little bit longer than what it is. So I'm just applying my contour right here instead of going all the way to my chin. And then I'm gonna put a little bit, like a few dots here on top of my forehead. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then with a contour brush, we're just going to buff out that contour. I'm going down. Okay, and then with my chin, I like to just use what's on the brush. Goodness, I like to just use what's on the brush and kind of sculpt out my chin right here. And then I go in on the forehead and blend that out into the hairline. Again, blend, blend, blend. That's what we want to do here. We want to blend, 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 blend as best as we can. And I like this contour because again, it's a little bit warmer. It just helps to add that warmth back into my face, a little bit more color back into my face after applying that foundation. So I really like that. And then once we get to the cheeks, I like to kind of pinch my brush a little bit and then do a little bit of that. Little kissy face off to the side. And you want to move the brush upward. You don't want to just move it down, and you don't just want to do that, moving it side to side, but you want to do little stipple movements and move it upward. And again, blending that into the hairline. So if you notice, I only put my contour up until this point on my cheek because I want to emphasize my cheekbones. I have chunkier cheeks, so I do what I can to emphasize a little bit more of the cheekbone and versus going all the way down where it kind of just appears a little bit too much. I want to still keep a little bit of the plumpness in my face, but just emphasize the natural beauty of my cheekbones. Okay, and then once we're done with contour, I will go back in with my foundation brush, whatever is left on there. And again, just go back in to kind of clean up that contour. Now, once we've gotten to this point, we're gonna go into our concealer for our under eye highlight. I like to use actually multiple concealers for this look. So we're going to be using 2 concealers for our under eye, one that is closer to our skin tone, like a little bit lighter, but also closer to the skin tone. And I'm just doing a little dot Ooh, excuse me, a little dot right there. And then I'm going upward at the end corner of my eye. So little dot and upward. The upward is to help give us a little bit of a natural facelift and eye lift. That's something that I personally like to do, but it's completely up to you. Everything is up to you. However you want your makeup to look is how you can make it look. But for me, I like to add that upward motion, and then going in with a lighter concealer that is some shades lighter than you. I'm also gonna go in with another dot that's a little bit bigger in the corners of my eyes, and that's it. That's it for the under eye. And then I'm going in with a third concealer. This concealer is still, again, close to your skin tone, but this one provides me a little bit more of a peachy undertone and like a mixture of peach and olive undertones for my skin tone, which just is so pretty. It's so pretty. So I like to use this shade on my chin, so a little dot on my chin. I did a line under my nose, and then a little, since it's Valentine's Day, we can do a heart. Does that even look like a heart? That don't even look like a heart. That looks like a big dot. But a heart or whatever that is focused right in between your brows on the top of your forehead. And then we're just going to blend that out. So I'm going to start by blending out the areas that are not under my eyes. That way my concealer under my eyes can sit a little bit longer. When you allow your concealer to sit a little bit longer, that just helps to provide you with more coverage under your eyes. So I make sure that I'm using concealers that are moisturizing for one, but also full coverage. I like full coverage concealers. I just do. And I like dewy concealers too. We are just blending out that concealer that we put on our chin and under our nose. And the one that's under our nose, I kind of go under like this. I go on the outsides of my nose too. And then we're gonna go on our forehead and focus that there. Okay, and then once I have kind of blended that out to my liking, then I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush and blend around the highlighted portions. Remember, blend, blend, blend. It's essential to a flawless foundation look and a seamless foundation look. One that just looks put together, okay? You want to make sure that you are blending to the best of your ability. Don't worry, it's all gonna come together. We're getting there. Okay, and then as our eyes are still kind of baking, if you wanna say, with that full coverage, I'm then gonna go back in with the concealer that I used on my chin and my forehead, and I'm going to apply that to my nose and kind of just go up like that. And then we're gonna do our best. I kind of squeeze my beauty blender, and then I blend that part up on my nose. So I'm taking a concealer brush, and then we're just gonna be very precise, okay? And we're gonna start blending out our concealer under our eyes. So I like to blend the top just a little bit first. On our edges, on the corners, on the outside corners of our eyes where we did the upward angle, I'm going to place my brush like this on that concealer and move it upward where I almost have it touching the end of my brows. Again, I have long brows, so that's why I kind of use that as a map to map out my concealer and where it goes. If you don't have as long of brows, I would just go in that direction that your eyes go with the concealer. And then once you've drawn that line, you're just gonna go a little bit down with your brush and the concealer and blend that concealer down. Okay, and once you've blended that, now we're gonna go back into the corners of our eyes. And what I like to do is now I'm going to sculpt out the rest of my nose and then sculpt it up to my eyebrows as well. So here with our concealer, we're gonna go down, and then where the tip of my brow is, I'm going to get my brush that has concealer on it, and we're just going to sculpt it down. And then again, just make sure you're blending that concealer in with the concealer on your upper lids, on your upper eyelids. And then now, since we've sculpted that, we're gonna use the rest of the concealer that's right here to connect with the concealer that we put on our outer corner eye. So now we're just going to blend, blend, blend with our brush just to connect those two so we have full coverage under our eyes. Okay, and then after we've done that, we're gonna go back in with our Beauty Blender and then just blend so that everything appears seamless with each other. I don't care what people say. I love beauty blenders. They were a great invention, okay? A great invention. Now, once we get to this point, we're now going to apply our powders to everything. So since we just did our concealer, we're gonna go in with a powder. I'm using a powder that is a little bit of a yellow undertone to it. So I dip my powder in with what would you call this? A powder sponge in a way. And then what is on the sponge, I then apply to my hand to get excess powder off. And then what's left, I then go under, and then I use what's on my hand and go under. And then you're gonna go on your chin area, under nose, anywhere where you put that concealer, you're gonna apply that powder. Next, we're gonna go in with a powder to cover our contour. So along with our contour being, that warm shade, I'm gonna go in with a warm shade pressed powder for our contour, as you can see here. So it's a little bit on that warmer brown red tone for contour for me personally. And then going in with a packed brush, I'm just gonna do a little bit of dabbing there. I don't need much with this powder because it's pretty pigmented. And then we're just going to apply that directly where we put our contour. And then I like to move it up where we had some of our highlighted concealer into our forehead. I know it looks harsh in the camera, but I promise once we're done, it won't look as harsh. After we've finished our contour powder, we're gonna go in with the face powder. And this is what's really gonna help blend in all these different colors, all these different powders and shades, and just look beautiful. So I absolutely love going in with face powder to blend everything in. Going in with the face powder that is my skin tone, as well as a big brush. I like to just dab it here, tap off the excess, and then I just go in and I pat first, and then I know it seems crazy, but very lightly, I like to swirl the brush to mix everything in. And this is what I mean by how it won't look as harsh once you're done. Under eye highlighting concealer, I'm not applying face powder on that portion, but everywhere else, I'm applying. And as you can see, I have not hit my nose yet for reasons because we're not quite done there. Going in with a brush that is more straight lined here, we're gonna go in with a lighter shade than the shade that we used for our contour. We're gonna go in with a lighter shade of bronzer. So I'm using this top shade here, do a little dab, not a lot. And then where our skin color is still peeking out, beside the concealer that we put on our nose, I'm going to put that contour shade. So here, and again, this is a part of just contouring our nose, but I'm going all the way up where our brows are, just like how we did with our concealer. Once you're good with what that looks like, I then just go over that with whatever is left on my brush from the face powder. I'm using a stipple brush, and then I'm just going in with that same bronzer on the cheekbones, up to the forehead. Not too much, going in circular motions. And then sometimes you can bring that down too if you want. Put a little bit over my eyes as well. Again, I think it just adds that color to your face, which is my goal. Okay, once we've done that, we're almost done, and we're gonna go over our face with another blush that is around the same color as what we use liquid form. So I'm going in with a blush that is kind of like a rose terracotta, a little bit of brown, pink color. So I'm just gonna do a couple daps there. And then on the cheekbone, apply that blush, just like that, on the highest tips of your cheekbone. Okay, and then whatever is left, I like to put a little bit on the nose and the chin, like I did earlier. And then I kind of go in the corners of my eyes with the blush too, whatever is left on my brush. I like to go in at this point with my setting sprays. And y'all are gonna say that I go overboard, but I use 4. Yes, I do. I use 4 setting sprays. So we're just gonna go in with our setting sprays real quick. We're not doing a whole lot of sprays, but just a couple to help blend everything in. I think setting sprays have different purposes for them. So why not? Okay, and our last one. All right. And then I just fan the face. Now it's lippy time. So we're going to just wipe off any excess makeup that might have gotten on your lips. Following this pink theme that we've been going with our blushes, we're gonna do the same thing with our lips. So I'm lining my lips with like a lighter brown lip liner. It's not super light, but it's not the darkest brown that I have. And I like to actually only do the upper, like almost like the top of a heart, that round shape. That's as much as I like to do on the top of my lips. And then on my bottom, I go all the way. So only the little tip top of the lip, of the upper lip, and then all of the bottom lip. I line, and then I go in with pink shades. So I'll be using these 3. So it's like a darker pink that I go in with first, and these are all glosses. I need to buy some new ones because I am running out. And then I go in with like a little bit lighter pink. We're doing kind of like a ombre lip gloss combo. Okay, and then once we've done that, we're gonna top it off with like a light mauve pink color gloss that you're gonna use on top, and you're just gonna go over it. This is also a plumping gloss, so it helps to make your lips appear fuller, and personally I think just brings the lippy to life. So after we're done there, we're just gonna mix it together, and then there's the lippy. Okay, so now last but not least, to truly enhance this makeup look and make it into that Valentine's Day, day and night look, we've got to complete the eyes. So y'all know I don't do a whole lot of eyeshadow or anything like that, but what I will go in with is mascara, and I'm using a black mascara. My lashes are black. I'm going in with a black mascara as well. This mascara helps to provide volume to your lashes, so that's the sort of mascara I'm using, volume and length. Once we've applied our mascara, we're gonna go in with some lashes, and that is the finished look, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video and how to achieve this beautiful, pink, natural, romantic Valentine's Day look that can serve for night and day. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what your plans are for Valentine's Day. And again, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, join the family. We would love to have you, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.